Welcome back to Nightstand Coffee. I am Todd.
And I'm Jennifer.
And this is Season 2, Episode 7.
And today we are going to talk about the importance of being a student of your spouse.
That's right.
So this is a concept that was brought up in a counseling session that I had. And I thought it was really important for us to talk about this because I think oftentimes we forget how important it is that we really understand our spouse.
Yeah.
And that how important it is that we pay attention. Because I think we get busy living our lives and we stop paying attention to the details.
Right.
And this is how we end up growing apart and we kind of do our own thing and we forget to notice those small things.
Yeah, or sometimes we start off being a good student of our spouse, like especially when we're dating and that kind of thing, and then we just quit studying.
Right. And that probably another piece of that's a good point, is that I've noticed one of our daughters in a newer relationship, and he's doing a good job right now of being a student, right, and noticing things and doing nice things. And I thought, this is something that often goes away, or it's very easy to go away after you have captured the heart of your spouse, you've married them, and then life gets in the way and you forget to do those things. You forget to value those things.
Well, and the good news is if you've stopped doing that for a while, you can always start again, right? It's not like if you dropped the ball somewhere that you can't pick it back up and really begin to do that again. You can re-engage that and it can bring a return to intimacy in your relationship, to return to that closeness, and maybe even just a discovery of new things that you never knew before.
This is true. And so I wanted for us to kind of talk a little bit about what we know and understand about each other that to represent how to be a student of your spouse. And so you guys can probably giggle at us a little bit because we've kind of had a good time coming up with these things. So I presented you with a list of questions, and so I've answered them on my side, and I wanted you to answer them on yours.
Okay.
And so we haven't shared answers, so I don't know what you're going to say. I don't think you're going to know what I'm going to say. So this could be fairly interesting.
Could be fun.
It could be. And so at the end of this, I also want to talk about like how to connect to your spouse. And so like how to do some check-ins on a regular basis to kind of get these conversations flowing and make sure that you are spending time hearing about how your spouse is feeling and how to talk about these things and to work on how to become a student of your spouse. So like
we're going to give you some homework today.
We got some good stuff coming today.
Right.
So I wanted to start out with asking you, what was something that you weren't prepared for or didn't know about me before you got married to me that you were kind of surprised about?
Yeah. Well, you're really competent, right? You're put together well, and you are on top of things, and you are very confident in yourself. And I was surprised, honestly, to discover that there were some insecurities there as well. I did not expect that. Like there were, and it shouldn't be shocking. I think everybody has some kind of insecurities, but I was not.
So I was a good faker.
I didn't expect it.
Yeah.
So I think the fact that you needed me to encourage and comfort you in ways that I did not expect to.
Yeah. Mine isn't near as deep. Mine was that I was surprised to learn that whenever we went shopping and there was a mannequin, that you wanted to buy the whole outfit. That you wanted like the whole thing. You thought that that looks good. I need all of that. And so that was something that surprised
There is
me.
a reason that they put it on the mannequin.
Yeah, I'm like, because I'm used to like going and buying a piece of something. Like, yeah, that's cute. Like you buy one piece at a time. Like you want the look.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a thing that surprised me that I had to learn.
I'm like, oh, that looks good.
Okay.
I want that whole thing.
Sure. So then like, what are like a few characteristics that you know because you're married to me that maybe someone else wouldn't know? I have a feeling some of these may be embarrassing.
You hate to be hot.
Oh, yeah. We've discussed that on here.
Yeah, we have. We've talked about it on here, but it is instant anger.
Oh, man.
Like instant anger.
Yeah.
You cannot stand quote unquote shrill guitar.
I'm glad that made the list because that is legit. I can't. There's something about that frequency that just grates on my nerves. I can't take it.
She's married to a guitar player.
Ugh, I hate it. Blech. I hate it.
So I have to be careful what I play in the house.
Oh, my word. I can only take it for a couple
things
seconds.
Start flying across the room.
No, they don't.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I don't throw things, but I definitely get irritated.
You don't know how you take your coffee?
This is true.
Because I'm the one who makes it?
This is true.
You just know if it's good or not.
This is true.
Yeah. If you've been in a particularly snug pair of pants all day, you will unbutton them and sit around with your pants unbuttoned.
Like I'm the only person that does that.
I don't know. I know you do it because I'm married to you.
People do that. I'm not the only person. Where do you think I got that idea? I'm not the only person that does that.
Okay.
Okay.
You love to bake.
Yes.
And you don't watch television.
This is true.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not bad. Okay, so the ones I put for you is that if I buy you clothes, that you definitely try them on the day that I buy them, like almost instantly. You want to try on what I get, and you stand in front of the mirror and you hold your hands at a certain way. You put all your fingertips together and your elbows are bent, and like you kind of turn in front of the mirror and you like look at all the angles and you make sure that it looks nice.
Yeah, I'm trying to see it all. Look, how clothes fit is as important as how they look. And also, flip side of that, I should not be surprised that my girls all want to give me fashion shows because I immediately want to try on my clothes when I get them.
We definitely have a fashion show all the time. And also said that fashion is important to you.
Yes.
There was a time that you would like, if you were taking the girls to the bus stop, like you dressed for the bus stop. Even if that wasn't what you were going to wear for the day, like you made sure you had an outfit on for the bus stop.
If I'm going out in public, I want to look put together.
That's not even necessary for me. And so then, like, here's another thing. If it's cold outside for me, the statement is if it's cold outside, fashion goes out the window. I'm going to be warm. I don't care what I look like.
I want my coat to match my outfit.
And listen, I don't care. It's cold. I'm going to be comfortable. As we've established, when I'm hot, I'm miserable. So, like, I want to make sure that I'm comfortable.
Even if I'm dressing like a lumberjack, I want to look like the most fashionable lumberjack that's ever lived.
Listen.
And what was I going to say about that? There was something else I was going to say. I can't remember what it was. Oh, I know what it was. My mother says that I emerged from the womb worried about what I was wearing. So,
well, I hope that your swaddle blanket was fashionable. So interesting that you picked a pants thing for me because I also picked a pants thing for you. I said that you've been in the same pant size since we met. So maybe you've not had to open your pants up and been uncomfortable because yours hasn't changed at all. I have had several pant sizes through the years based on having children and not having children. And so then maybe you'll get fat one day and you'll have to unbutton your pants.
I have worn the same size jeans since my senior year of high school.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So your bones hurt when it gets cold outside.
Oh, man. Yes.
Like
I don't know if anybody else's knees get cold, but my knees.
That's weird.
Like, I hate it. Like, it's like and then it takes forever for them to warm up. Like, I'll be in the house and everything else will be fine, and my knees will still feel cold and achy and stiff. I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate the cold.
You need to eat.
Yes.
You got to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I don't eat dinner, that's not a big deal to me. That's a big deal to you if you don't get to eat.
Well, it's changed somewhat as I've gotten older, but definitely when I was younger, I always had a really high metabolism. And if I didn't eat, like there would be detrimental consequences. Like I would get lightheaded, sometimes pass out, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a big deal if I didn't eat, but not as much now.
Well, and I said you pass out and become delusional when you throw up.
Oh, man.
Y'all, do. It's bad.
If I get sick, it's a bad scene. It is a bad scene.
Listen, like I've had to pick you up off the floor before, and like you really get out of it, like you do. Like
I'm you're
out of it.
Delirious
for real. Delusional is a legit word, and so like
not delusional.
Listen, I can say that as a mental health professional.
I am definitely delirious. Like I don't know where I am.
Delusional. So like this most recent time, and it's been a few years back, but like he really doesn't know what's going on, and like he thinks he's gonna die, and so I will have to say to him, like he thinks he's gonna pass out, and it's like he gets. I'm like, hey, you need to be okay. Like the girls are gonna hear you. You're gonna be okay. No, I'm not. I'm not okay. I'm not okay.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
Don't scare the girls. It's gonna be fine. No, it's not. I'm not okay.
I have zero recollection of those things happening. I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do, but I do not remember them. I am out of it.
Well, and I do become I do giggle, but I am compassionate to you to the point that I have called your coworker and say, hey, like Todd's not been doing very well. Like he's lightheaded and stuff today. So like pay attention. Like if he passes out, like it's a big deal. Like Make sure that he's okay. Like I have called your coworkers to say, pay attention to him. He's legit sick.
Again, I think that was a metabolism thing. As I've gotten older, that's lessened. But here's the like when Jennifer and I were still dating, I fell asleep on their couch at their house and I woke up and I needed to go to the bathroom. So I hopped up and ran down the hallway and I'm standing in the bathroom taking care of the business that is at hand, and all of a sudden the room starts spinning and I wake up in the bathtub with Jennifer and her parents standing over me. You
were decent. You were covered up, but you had passed out.
Yeah. I had passed out and they heard me crash and they came running into the bathroom. It was really embarrassing.
Yeah. Well, I should have known that my life would be interesting moving forward.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's move into some other interesting questions to see if we can answer these for each other.
Okay.
So what is your partner's favorite book?
All right. This is a 2-part answer.
Okay.
When we first got married, your favorite book was Gone with the Wind.
Yeah.
I would say now that you would say that your favorite book is Don't Let the Enemy Have a Seat at Your Table.
Oh, okay. Good answer. Good answer. I was going to say, actually, probably my favorite book or that I'm like was most impressed written by was like Gone Girl. I was really impressed by how that book was written. But no, I would say that's a good answer. I would say for you something like either that Tozer wrote. I would say that would be something.
I do like Tozer.
Yeah, or I would say maybe A Long Obedience in the Same Direction.
I do like that one.
That's what I would go for.
Okay.
What would you say is your favorite book?
I would say Lord of the Rings.
Oh, okay. All right. What's one thing that your partner would grab in a fire besides a person?
Your phone.
Oh, maybe. I was pictures.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I would say you'd grab that because you lost pictures in a fire growing up.
Yeah.
So I think my answer would be pictures because I know that those aren't replaceable, which would be kind of hard because I don't know how I would get them all.
See,
out.
and I was saying your phone because number one, you would be the person who thought we're going to need to be in contact with people like this, where I'm going to need this.
Yeah.
And the fact that you do have all of those photos and all that stuff on your phone, it would be like, I need to keep this.
To do that.
Yeah. Although I suppose those are in the cloud. You can get them back.
Yeah.
But.
Very true. What's a word or a phrase that your partner uses too often?
Well, pin a rose on your nose.
Too often? I use that phrase is very necessary. You think that's too often?
I don't know. That was just the one that came to mind. That was like, she says this all the time.
Well, I had a phrase this morning, and I'm drawing a blank on what I was going to say that you use. What is a phrase that you think you use too much?
Ooh, I probably say right too much.
Oh, maybe.
Like when I'm or like I say that a lot. Like those kind of placeholders when you're talking, I use those a lot, and I notice it especially when I'm teaching or preaching that I'll say like or right or you know what I mean. You know, those kinds of things. It bugs me that I do that.
Okay. What's a quirky habit your partner has in the morning?
Having 15,000 alarms on your phone.
Those are necessary. They're stages. Like I'm staging my morning. Like what I have to do. Like I have to get up at a certain time. I read my Bible for a certain amount of time. I scroll on my phone for a certain amount of time. I get up for a certain amount of time. Like that's structure.
Okay.
You have issue with my structure?
No, it's just weird to have that many alarms.
The quirky thing that you do is that you have a certain outfit to take the kids to school in, and then you have to come home and change clothes to get dressed for the day.
Okay. I don't have a certain outfit. I sleep in a pair of shorts. I get up and put on a hoodie. That's what I take the kids to school in.
Okay. What is one item on your partner's bucket list?
Going to an igloo hotel and seeing the Northern Lights.
Oh, that's a good one. I didn't even consider that. That's a good one.
Thank you.
You did good. That is on my list. That'd be super awesome. I definitely want to do that. I would say that you want to go to Paris, like you want to go to France, like you want to go to Europe and see things in Europe.
Okay.
Would that be true?
Yeah.
Okay. What's a career your partner secretly wishes they had pursued?
No secrets. You're doing it.
I completely agree. For you, you would like to be a songwriter. You would like to have done a music career.
Yeah.
That's not really a secret either, I don't think.
Probably not.
What's the most thoughtful gift your partner has given you?
A guitar.
Yeah. Well, no, yeah, for sure. I definitely would answer that. And then what did you give me?
That wasn't the question. What's the most thoughtful gift your partner has ever given you?
Yes, I gave you a guitar, and the one you gave me was an otoscope.
Yes. Yeah, and I answered that. That's further down. There's another question.
Okay, so it's tied to an app, and so that you can dig earwax out of an ear, and you can watch it on an app on your phone. It's my favorite thing in the whole wide world. It's the best present ever.
By the way, I should tell this to explain why this was so thoughtful. There was a particular guitar that I wanted. In fact,
I thought you were going to talk about the otoscope.
No. It was a Duesenberg Star Player TV Mike Campbell Signature Edition. It was more than I had ever spent on a guitar ever, and honestly, would never have spent that much on a guitar for myself. Jennifer saved money all year long, and then gave it to me at Christmas. It was the nicest thing, and really selfless, and so incredibly thoughtful. And yeah, I just was really I felt super special that Christmas.
Well, good. I'm glad that was important for me to be able to do that. Okay, if your partner could have an exotic pet, what would it be?
All right, you're really not an exotic pet girl, but I put a monkey.
Actually, I would love to have a skunk.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Oh,
I would like to have a skunk and take the stink glands out and have it like a cat and not let people know. And all of a sudden, a skunk can walk down keep walking through your house and people go, "Oh my gosh, it's a skunk!" And it's really nice.
I knew that. I missed it.
I don't know that you would want an exotic pet. You don't want pets.
Yeah, you're right.
You're over pets.
A rock. That's the most exotic pet I want.
Okay. What's your partner's weirdest fear?
Your fears are pretty normal, really.
I don't think you have a weird fear either.
But you don't like spiders.
Yeah, I don't
for
care.
sure.
Snakes. I don't like snakes.
Yeah, you don't like snakes.
Okay. Do you have a weird fear?
No.
I don't think so either. What's the best trip you've taken together?
The cruise that we took this summer was pretty awesome. But honestly, I would say the trip that I've loved the most is when you and me were in New York City together.
Oh, yeah. That was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did have a good time with that. I mean, I enjoyed when we went to Italy with my sister and her husband.
Yeah.
That was a good time.
Yep.
So I think we've had good trips. What's the worst travel mishap we've had as a couple?
We really haven't had any.
Are you serious? Okay. Well, when we did before we had kids, and we were stuck in an ice storm, and we tried to travel. We had the dog.
Oh yeah.
And it took us 8 hours to go 1 mile. And we had to turn around and go back to mom and dad's house.
It's a little more than 1 mile.
It was ridiculous.
That was really, really bad. Mm-hmm. I don't guess I really thought of that as a mishap necessarily.
We were stuck on the road.
Right.
We had to call in work for the next day because we couldn't get home.
Yeah, so I guess
Kind of a mishap.
It was a delay for sure, but
The most adventurous activity you've done together?
Probably snow skiing or hiking.
Highway 65, 1999, we were newlyweds. I will leave it at that. Who is the better
Okay.
Who is the better driver between the two of us?
You'll say it's you.
I don't know. I won't. Say you're better at driving, but I'm better at directing and getting us where we're going to go.
I'm better at telling you where to go.
For sure. Okay. What's your partner's pet peeve?
Rude people.
Okay. Really?
Yeah, and shrill guitar.
Shrill guitar for sure. For sure. I think people being mean to someone else.
That's what I meant.
Okay. I don't think people being rude to me. I don't mind.
No.
When you're rude to someone else, I don't like that. I want to stand up for the
underdog. If you see somebody being rude to a waitress or a server or whatever, if you see someone being mean to someone else or rude to someone else, that sets you off. I
get involved for that.
Yeah.
You don't like it when I put things on top of the trash can.
I do not.
You want me to trade? Yeah. Okay. How do you usually resolve disagreements?
We talk it out.
I think so.
Yeah. And I usually give you what you want.
Okay.
Not always. Not always.
Okay.
But mostly.
What is something your partner is always right about?
People.
You're always right about why something's broken. You can always figure out what's wrong with it.
Thanks.
And so, I never can, go figure this out. And you always can.
Thanks.
Okay. Who is more social in the relationship?
Probably you.
I agree. What's your partner's proudest achievement?
So I'm saying this. I think your counseling practice, because it was really brave to step out and to do it when there were no guarantees.
Yeah,
and it's been such a success, and you're so gifted at it. If it's not your proudest achievement, it's the thing I'm most proud of for you.
Thank you. I do love what I'm doing. I think once I finish my doctorate, that I feel pretty proud about that because that was a challenge too to be able to do that.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I don't know that I would pick something that I'm overly proud of. Like,
I mean, we could do the cliche and say our kids.
Yeah, I think honestly, like
I am super proud of them. But
true. I think being proud was something that the Holy Spirit's worked out of me. You know, like, because I used to like really put a lot of stock in the things that I had achieved. And so like, I don't know that those things are as important to me as they used to be. And so like, I'm like, I don't know. Because like those things are just like filthy rags. You know, like it's not as important to me as they used to be. And so anyway, why is that funny?
Oh, sorry. This is completely, I was thinking about the section of scripture that says, you know, Moses was the most humble man who ever lived. And historically, they say that Moses wrote that. And so I always think that's really funny that Moses wrote that he was the most humble man who ever lived. And so that was kind of what I was thinking when you're like, you know, I don't have pride anymore. But
well, I'm trying to be sincere in my statements.
Sorry.
Thanks. I'm not Moses. Your proudest achievement, I'm not sure. Maybe it would be like the recording that you did. Would that be something?
I'm proud of that. I mean, there are a lot of things that I'm proud of accomplishments. Like I look at, well, honestly, I look at the difference. Summit Church, where I've been on staff for the last 10 years, I look at the difference in what the worship team was like when I first came and where it is now. Mm-hmm. And I feel a real sense of accomplishment in that. Because I think it's been impactful, not only in terms of the quality of the music, but more importantly, that like I feel like I've seen people grow in their giftings and grow closer to Christ, and it's been an impact to people, you know, who've been a part of the church, and I'm really proud of that, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's if there's one thing that I could say, it's that the things that I'm most proud of are the things that I've done that I know have been impactful for other people.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. I think we kind of covered this earlier. What's your partner's favorite gift you've gotten them? We already said that.
Otoscope.
Yep. And then your guitar. I don't know the answer to this one. What is the most played song on your partner's playlist?
There's not one.
I don't think so either.
Honestly, I listen to something different every single day almost. I am the most eclectic taste. Recently, someone asked you what my 5 favorite songs were, and I could not name my 5 favorite songs because I don't have a favorite songs.
Yeah.
I just love music.
Yeah, I don't.
You know.
Yeah.
I mean, and there are songs that come on, and I go, "Ooh, I love this song," but like I really couldn't just go, "Oh, my favorite song is X." You know.
Right, and I think I go in spurts and in seasons, and so I'll listen to a song, you know, in an obsessive way for a while, and then I'll pick on something different. So I don't know. I think on any given day, it would be a different song that was on my playlist the most.
And so the thing that I love most about songs is the way that they tie themselves to memories. I love that part of it.
So who is more addicted to their phone?
Oh, I didn't answer for you.
Oh.
I think the most played song on your playlist is Ice Ice Baby.
What? That's not real. That's not real.
Maybe most sung song on your playlist. You reference Ice Ice Baby a lot.
I really don't. Okay.
Okay.
I think you're wrong. Okay, so what is the one item your partner refused?
I'll just say this.
Oh.
Our children know all of the lyrics, and it's not because of their dad.
I don't think that's real. Okay, back to this. Who is more addicted to their phone?
Equal.
I think you are. Here's why. Because I'm in my office all day long, and so I don't get to be on my phone during the day because I'm with people, and so I only can look at my phone for a couple hours out of the day. You have more access to your phone. So
Okay.
I think it's you.
I put my phone away at night, and you're still looking at me.
Whatever. Okay, what is the one item your partner refuses to throw away?
What item do you throw away? You keep everything.
And then I was going to say, what item don't you throw away? You throw it all
That's right.
away.
Get rid of it.
You
Get
threw
rid of it
away.
all.
You threw away Coco's precious little horsey gift that Carly brought her to the hospital when she was born. Carly was 2.5 years old, and she went to the store and bought her a gift to give her the newborn sister as a gift, and you threw it away because you just don't care about it. Just threw it away.
I was told to clean out the stuffed animal.
Justice for horsey.
Yeah.
It was so sad.
That was Coco's hashtag the other day.
That's our family.
This comes up once in a while, by the way, guys. And anyway.
You're very willing to throw things away.
That is true. I don't really get a sentimental attachment to things like that. And I would, yeah, I don't keep things.
Yeah. And so I do throw things away, but not as quickly as you would like me to. This is true.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's the party animal?
Neither.
Oh, okay. I would think I would be I'd have a more tendency to do that than you, like to go to things, you know?
Yeah. And what's funny about that is like, as a musician, people like want you to be at parties kind of like, but if I was there to play. Mm-hmm. I don't attend them for necessarily. Like, I can't say that. If people invite me, I go because I love people.
Yeah. Okay.
But sometimes
but you're not necessarily the life of the party.
No.
Okay. Who is more likely to pull a prank?
Jen.
For sure. That's my jam. In fact, I just bought Ari 2 whoopee cushions, and we definitely played pranks on everyone. They knew what was happening. Everyone knew they were sitting on whoopee cushions. They pretended that they didn't, but it was so fun. Ari loved that. It was so fun.
And I quote, sat on one and popped it with my big bottom, end quote.
From Ari. Yeah, you ruined it. We're going to have to buy some new ones. Okay, so who is more likely to burst into laughter at inappropriate times?
You.
However, I can keep it together if I have to. But if I don't have to.
No, you and your sister will like breathe on each other during the prayer and then laugh. And,
whatever.
Yeah.
But listen, I do have a therapy face. And so if it's necessary for me to keep it together, I will. But I also can like not. If I Okay. So some other little things that I wrote down about being a student of you. That you're not okay with our girls just wearing a sports bra at cheer practice.
I am not.
That is not an okay thing.
No.
I think that's more than just me know that. Like our cheer community knows
The cheer coach knew that.
Yeah. Anything peanut butter is your thing.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. And then I don't know how I like my coffee, but I do know how you like yours. That you want a medium roast. You don't want any extra flavors. And that you take it with sugar and no cream.
Yeah.
Yes.
Black with sugar is true. I don't know that a medium roast is my favorite. I think.
Oh.
No, I prefer a dark roast.
Really? That's changed though, because when you told me to buy the whole bean coffee, you told me medium roast. Is that for my benefit?
Yes, because that's what you like.
Oh, you're nice.
Yeah. No, I like my favorite is probably a Sumatra.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that you want to go hear live music, but it's not because you want to see live music. It's because you want to look at their instruments and talk to me about them and tell me what instruments they are and like where they came from and all about them. And I try to look interested. And that's what you want to do when we go to live music.
Okay. I do pay attention to what they are playing.
Yep.
And what they are doing and all of those kinds of things. Now, the downside of that is, and I've talked to other musicians about this, is that sometimes going to watch live music is like going to watch other people work. Because, when you, and so it's rare that I can just enjoy a show, which is kind of sad.
Yes. Also, for your free time, like you enjoy going to museums.
I do. I love
and
them.
You want to read every single placard.
I want to read everything.
On every single item.
I want to learn it all.
You do. And you want to know the history and you want to know the fun facts. And you're going to pick up something and you're going to tell somebody about whatever you learned from that event at the museum.
Yep. Love it.
Yeah. And you'll listen to any music except modern country.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. I'm not a big fan of bro country for sure. But I will listen to almost anything. To me, good music is good music. Doesn't matter the genre.
Yes. And so I think it's important for spouses to be able to interplay in a similar way to what we've done, right?
Yeah.
And so because when you first date somebody, this is the kind of stuff you get to know about them.
Right.
And you learn about them, you interact about them, you're learning this information. And so sometimes we forget this fun, silly stuff when we've been married for a while.
Yeah.
We forget to enjoy one another's company.
Right.
Because life gets in the way. We get our feelings hurt, right? And so then we start to build a wall and we try to protect ourselves to go, I don't want to be hurt by you anymore. And so then we don't let the fun stuff come through.
Yeah.
And so we forget where we started. And so I think it's important that you get back to the basics. And one way to do that is like with regular check-ins. And so these can kind of be serious check-ins. And so we're kind of turning the knob just a little bit. And so one of the ways to do that is weekly, make sure that you spend time talking to one another.
Yes.
And so you can do it in a lighthearted way, right? So do some of this stuff. Honestly, what I did for some of these questions, I pulled up a newlywed game list. And so I went through some of the questions and just picked them out.
Yeah.
You guys,
I mean, you're a huge fan of conversation cards.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
You can find those anywhere. If you can send us an email at nightstandcoffee@gmail.com and I will tell you where to find conversation cards. You can definitely find them on Amazon. You can just Google conversation cards. They have some for marriages. They have them for friendships. Table Topics is a good brand, but you can find them and just take time to go through them.
And seriously, they are a great tool for getting to know people.
Yeah.
I stink at small talk. I don't enjoy it. I'll be honest. Like when you first meet me, I can be a little awkward.
Yes.
Not because I want to be. I just don't know what to say sometimes.
Yes.
And so a tool like that is really super beneficial.
And that's honestly how we got into them, right? Is like we were in ministry, we're having people over at the house, and like we're staring at each other going, how do we entertain people? And so you know what? Let's make this easy. And so we started using them as just a way to get to know people. And so then you end up talking about things you wouldn't normally talk about. It's a fun fact situation. And so then people share interesting information that you might never get to, with them. And so then you get to fun, interesting things really soon.
And I would say that there are stories and things that I've learned about you even because of conversation cards like that that I hadn't heard in our 25 years of marriage.
Right. And so they're very helpful. And in fact, I know that we had one of our daughters that had someone, I wouldn't call a boyfriend necessarily, but a boy that was over at the house, and she's like, "Hey, can we have some conversation cards?" Because they don't need to stare at their phones all the time, right? And so this is a way to interact and just make it easier. It takes the pressure off, and so I highly recommend them. And so you can do fun, lighthearted things, and you can do them any way you want to. So like you could do them over dinner where you do like 3 or 4 at dinner time, or you have an evening where you go through a whole box of them or a half a box of them, and however you want to do them. But there's a myriad of ways to do it, but take the time to kind of get to know and ask these questions and learn about each other.
Yeah, and if your kids are like ours, they'll go, but then they'll love them.
And then they'll go, where's the conversation cards?
You're
going to make us do them?
So then when their friends are over, they'll say it like that as if like, because they'll act like they don't like it, but they're the ones who are bringing it up. Where are your conversation cards? Yeah.
We've definitely had that. Oh, Mom, you going to bring your conversation cards out? I bet she is. Mom, you going to go get those? Yeah. Here she goes. She's going to go upstairs and get her conversation cards.
Right.
It's like, that's the hint to go get them because they're stalling out on what to do. Yeah. I love that. So do it lighthearted and do the fun stuff. But then also, here's a really like more of a serious way of taking time to connect to your spouse. And so I highly recommend you taking time once a week and you talk about these 3 areas of your life. And so these 3 areas are going to be about your personal feelings, your marriage, and your relationship with God. And so you take a minute and say, hey, let's do a check-in. And so say, hey, okay, let's share something about your personal feelings, our marriage, and God. So Todd, tell me something like kind of personal right now. What's going on in your personal life? What's happening?
Well, I'm in a job transition.
Okay.
And so there are a lot of unknowns, when you move from one job into a new job, like you're meeting new people. And for me, I'm a pastor. And so like at this new church, I'm going to be in a new role that I've never been in before. Mm-hmm. I'm the bulk of my ministry career has been as a worship pastor. So I've been, leading worship, doing music, leading a worship team, that kind of thing. And I'm moving into more of a senior role, right? And so I'm going to be preaching a lot more, and I'm going to be responsible for some of the areas of the church in, like financial things and board meetings and things that I haven't had to be a part of before.
Yeah.
And so there's some unknowns, and so there's some trepidation there. Mm-hmm. I'm definitely feeling, I don't know if grieving would be the right word, but there's a sadness in leaving Summit and the relationships that we have there and the people that we've built relationships with and been walking through life with for the last 10 and a half years. And we're still going to be living in the same place. Like, you know, the church that I'm at is near enough to us that I can commute and do that. And so, but all of those relationships will change. They're not going to necessarily go away, but the nature of those relationships will shift. And so that's been, you know, I'm sad about that.
So, sidebar, before I give you mine, I'm going to kind of repeat back what I hear you saying. And so this is to make sure that people can hear how you respond to that. So it sounds like that you're really dealing with change. You got a lot of stuff going on that feels very different and you're not really sure what to expect.
Yeah.
And so have you been sharing that with anybody? Like, are you just kind of carrying it? Like, what are you doing with that?
Well, I mean, I know you and I have talked about that some. And there are a few friends that I talk to, you know, that help me to process those things. And I've been taking them to the Lord because, I mean, in terms of my new role, what I could fall into is kind of self-doubt, you know, where I don't know if I'm up to this task and that kind of thing. And so I've been really having to lay that at the feet of Jesus, you know, and take that to the Lord and say, Lord, you know, you're more than enough for me. And if you've called me to this, you're going to equip me for it.
Yeah.
And, you know.
And so practically, have you identified any resources, like, or anybody that you can kind of lean on or talk to in those ways? Yeah.
You know, I've reached out to some friends who are in similar roles that I know, you know, will give me wise advice. I've actually started to reach out to new people in the ministry network that we'll be a part of, to introduce myself and to get to know them. And so, yeah.
Okay, good. And so, so it sounds like you're at least doing some spiritual battling too.
Yeah.
In that, and to make sure that you're not letting those doubts creep in, and that you're recognizing that it's not necessarily truth what you're feeling, but it's just, it's just like just insecurity stuff.
Yeah, because honestly, like, maybe this is more than we should dive into on this podcast, but if there's anything that I've allowed to hold me back over the course of my life, it is a doubt in my own abilities. And so there are things that I have not pursued because I've been afraid that I would fail.
Yeah. Well, I know that I have every confidence and faith that you're going to be able to do that. I think you've got to be willing to ask questions and to lean on the people that are around you. And I know that you have the supports available to you to ask those questions. And so I have every confidence that you're going to be able to be amazing in these things. And you have the skill set. And
Thanks.
So you're going to be good.
Thank you. I mean, what I know is that God's with me.
Yeah.
And that I've got good people around me.
For sure. I think for me, personally, I think it's just figuring out the balance of that, you know. So your job change impacts me. I mean, a little bit, like not so much on the day-to-day necessarily, because my practice is going to stay the same. And so it's really about, like, you know, where I'm going to church on the weekends is the biggest shift for me. I do have new relationships that I get to build, and I am looking forward to that. But it is about, like, how can I be the best support for you, you know, and cheering you on, and what does that role look like for me? I think making sure that I make the connections that I need to make, and that as in, like, I don't just sit down, right? That I make sure that I am interacting, and that I'm that I'm leading, and that I'm connecting, I think, is one, you know, that's important to me. And so I want to make sure that I'm doing those things, and yeah, saying goodbye is tough.
Yeah.
And so that, because it's been 10 and a half years, I think, you know, like the shifting between, like, hearing things about the church that in our community and then like going, oh yeah, that's not us anymore. That feels very different, and so that feels very different. But at the same time, really being excited about our future and what's ahead and going like, man, this is going to be great. Like I'm looking forward to seeing the growth that's going to happen there.
So what I hear you saying is that you're excited about what the future holds, but you're concerned somewhat about your ability to be there in the ways that you think I might need you to.
I think so. And also like taking the full ownership of it. Because I think you and I have talked about this before, because like not being senior pastor's wife, like I've always been a second, or maybe a third or a fourth, right? Like I've not been the main wife. And so then the
expectations are different.
Yeah, very different. And so then I want to make sure that I meet those. And so that feels different.
Okay.
What about our marriage? What would you say about our marriage? What are you feeling about that?
Gosh, I mean, I feel like we're in a really, really good spot. I feel like we're working together as a team. We're pulling in the same direction.
Yeah.
I feel like we enjoy each other maybe more than we ever have. Mm-hmm. I think we have a good time doing this together.
Yeah.
I feel like we're in really, really good spot.
Yeah, I do too. I feel like we've had more one-on-one time and like been able to just kind of chat about things. I think, you know what, this might sound interesting, but I think the drive to Greensburg is going to be good for us because it's forced alone time. So we're going to get to be.
Claire will be with us.
Maybe, yeah. Some of it she will, right? And so like being able to chat like that, I think will be nice for us.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. And then what would you say about God? What's going on with you and God?
Well, I think I feel a sense of God being with me. It's one of those things where I know that God is with me. I believe that God is with me every moment, but I've had a real sense of God's presence with me the last several weeks as I'm going through the transition and preparing to go, and to lead a church in ways that I haven't before. I was talking about how that my tendency can be to be crippled by self-doubt at times.
Yeah.
That's not where I'm at right now. I feel incredibly confident that God is with me, which is really great. And I feel like God's been really stirring things in my heart, vision for the church and a sense of direction. I feel like God's been really kind.
Well, so reconcile that for me, because you were just saying that like personally you feel like you're dealing with self-doubt, but then just now you said you feel like God's been with you and you haven't been feeling self-doubt. So how are those two things both true?
Well, I guess what I would say is in the moments when fear has crept in, I feel like that the Spirit of God has in really tangible ways reminded me how close he is.
Okay. So like when you're in your flesh, you can have self-doubt, but then when you really like when
I get still and I listen,
he's like, "Hey, I'm here."
Yeah.
Okay. And I got you.
Yeah.
Okay, good. For me, and you and I have talked about this already, is about like I don't want to get so busy doing for God and doing for Jesus that we miss Jesus. Because I think, when there's the stuff to be done, I think it's easy to get busy doing and you forget about being a friend to God. And so like time with Jesus has to be priority, and you have to continue to meet with him and like be pouring, like letting him pour into you and like having a relationship. Like we are most like Jesus when we're a friend to people, because like Jesus wants to be our friend, and like we have to know him. And how do you get to know a friend? Is spending time with them. And so like we have to be spending time with Jesus. And so like quiet time and one-on-one time has to be priority. And so then sometimes we get so wrapped up in, we got to get this done, we got to do this, we got these things to happen, that we miss that. And so like, I know for me personally, I just don't want that to be the case. And so like, this has to be priority. So I'm going to keep doing my little timers. So I'll make sure that I have time with Jesus. And so sorry that I'm annoying in the mornings for you.
I didn't say I was annoying.
You said my quirky habits.
Yeah, I think it's quirky.
Well, it's important. And so, and I want to make sure that we continue to like share that value with our church and make sure. And I believe that Pastor Dale is already doing that. And like, there seems to be some spiritual depth already there. And so like, I want us to continue to present that and hone that and say like, man, you've got to have relationship, and so you got to know Jesus and you got to be feeding your spirit on a regular basis, because just doing the work without Jesus isn't going to do anything for you. Right. And so so I think just keeping that in mind, I just don't want Jesus to get lost in the doing.
Yeah.
And I think that's important.
So you want to make sure that your relationship with God is still the primary thing and not working for God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think in ministry that can get lost. Yep. And I just don't want it to. So anyway, so
what's homework for people to do this?
Well, I was about to get to that.
Oh, okay.
We both took a breath at the same time. And so, yes, it absolutely is to do that. And so what I would strongly encourage you to do is to have a hee-haw time and try to remind yourselves of what you know about your spouse. And so spend time thinking about, what did you know about them when you were dating? And
I'll tell you what, I'll put this list of questions in the show notes.
Okay.
And so if you guys wanted to do the same thing that we did, where you answer the questions and then come back together and share your answers and see how well you did.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. And talk through it. And then we'll even you can put in how to do this check-in. And so it wouldn't hurt to have a check-in. And here's the thing. Give your spouse some time to answer it. Like we were able to do it kind of quickly. But maybe your spouse needs a few minutes to answer. It's okay to sit in the quiet and let them come up with their answer, because this could be very, very foreign to them.
Right. If this is not something that you guys have done before, then it could take a minute.
And you could even say, hey, these are the questions I'm going to ask you. I want you to be thinking about this, and I'm going to come back in 30 minutes or so, and then I'm going to ask you again. Because sometimes having the vocabulary to do this can be very, very difficult. And so I want to be sensitive to that. If this is something you've never ever done, it can be hard to talk about it. And so it takes practice and rehearsal and to do that. We still don't have a tagline.
No tagline.
Okay. We're still working on it. Okay. Nightstand coffee.
Till next time, guys.